What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I put together a very special build for y'all, in which I'm gonna be calling the floor spacing point, also known as the floor spacing game changer. And this build today is going to come out to a floor spacing slasher. Now, out of all NBA players, it's going to be reminding me of legend Muhammad Abdul-Rauf, number 3 from the Denver Nuggets. And I'm telling y'all, this build today is going to be one of the most special that you can make this year, one of the best all-around offensive builds. And when it comes to our attributes, we'll get a 99 plus put towards our three-pointer, driving dunk, ball handle, speed with the ball, and stamina. Now we'll also get upgraded layup packages, all of the dribble animations, as well as most of the contact dunks. Now with that being said, we'll get a total of 42 badges. And for those of y'all who know this player, this is really the prequel to Stephen Curry, the original three-point assassin. Now this is one of the best all-around offensive builds on next gen, and it's perfect to be an ISO build, one of the fastest to make on the offensive side. And this is really a mix of a pure sharpshooter, pure slasher, as well as pure playmaker. Now before we get any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down CG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So the first thing that you want to do today is put this build under the point guard position. Go ahead and put that height to 6'2". Let's go with 165. And then for that wingspan, I'm going to go with 6'8". Now we're all set to move forward, and the first area that I do want to get into is going to be the physicals. So look, as you can see, when it comes down to our speed, I'm going to go ahead and put this up to an 82. Now as for the acceleration, let's go with a 92. And this is really what's going to separate you from most ball handlers because of your acceleration. Now moving into the strength, let's go with a 45. Vertical, I like this best at an 80. And then for that stamina, let's go all the way up to a 99. Now this is what we're going to be able to do on this side of the floor. As for the defensive end, this is going to be very crucial as well. Now look, if you want to make any changes or adjustments to this build as we go throughout, make sure you do so after we create it together. And from here, let's get started with the finishing. So as for that driving dunk, let's go ahead and put this all the way up to a 93. Put your driving layup up to a 75. And then go ahead and leave the close shot at a 50. Now this is what we're going to be able to do on this side of the floor. With this being said, we'll also get the contact dunks unlocked. Now I'll get into the badges once we get this build maxed out to 99 overall. Let's go ahead and get started with the shooting. So as for that mid-range shot, I'm going to go with a 77. Moving into the three-pointer, let's go with a 92. And then for that free throw, I like this best at an 85. Now right there, as you can see, we're going to get some pretty special badges out of this build. All around for the offensive end, one of the best that you can possibly make. I think this build is very elite, especially when you take into account the fact that we're going to be able to posterize as well as be a threat from deep range. Now let's wrap everything up when it comes to our playmaking. So for that pass accuracy, I'm going to go all the way up to a 75. Moving into the ball handle, let's go up to a 95. And then for the speed with ball, go with an 84. And this is what we're going to be looking like once we max this build out to 99 overall. Very special all around. Now as you can see, when it comes to our finishing side, we get badges like Gold Posterizer, Slithery, Precision Dunker, as well as Aerial Wizard. Then you get Spin Cycle and Hall of Fame, Two-Step, Bunny. Now for that driving layup, we're going to get more badges like Silver Float Game. You also get Scooper, Gold Pro Touch, Giant Slayer. Pretty much for the finishing, you have everything needed acquired, especially when it comes to getting contact dunks. Now for the shooting side, we're going to get badges like Gold Blinders, Deadeye Catch and Shoot, Green Machine Guard Up, Space Creator with Spot Fighter. We also get Hall of Fame Comeback Kid Silver Midi Magician, Open Looks, and for the three-pointer, we're going to get Corner Specialist. All of these badges are pretty much more of the same, except that we do get silver, limitless range. Also gonna get Agent 3. Now I think these are gonna be my favorite badges when it comes to the offensive end. Pairing it up with the fact that we do get gold posterizer, I think this is a very overpowered build. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Now, if you know of Mohamed Abdul Rauf, I want to know your thoughts and opinions. What did you think of when he was playing back in the day? Now, I really respect everybody, especially this kind of player who's going to be standing up for what they believe in. Now, let's go ahead and move into the playmaking. As for that pass accuracy, we get Silver Dimer. Special Delivery, Bronze Touch Passer with Break Starter. Then we get Relay Passer. As for that ball handle, I do like Gold Blow-By, you get Killer Combo, Speed Booster, Unpluckable, Triple Strike, Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker with Handles for Days. Very one-of-a-kind build, especially when you take into account, we're going to get all of the dribbling packages needed to be effective on this build. So you have everything available at your arsenal, and I think that really separates it from most point guards. As for the speed with ball, we get a little bit more of the same. Blow-By, Hyperdrive, Speed Booster, Triple Strike. All of these badges personally, I really do enjoy. Handles for Days and Ankle Breaker paired up together are going to make a huge difference. Same thing can be said when it comes to the passing badges. Now we did take a minor hit when it comes to our defensive end, but let's say you take this build into the rec. Now the number one thing that I think is very important, if you are running with the correct teammates, 2 lockdowns, 1 shooter, and a big man, I think this build is going to be perfect for any type of game mode or setting. Even so for the ones, especially if you know what you are doing. Now remember, if you do your Gatorade facility workouts, the +4 that you get from the 4 stars means that you're going to be able to get a +4 put towards your physicals. So we're going to be able to get that 86 speed, 96 acceleration, 49 strength, 84 vertical with that 99 stamina. Now, I want to know your thoughts and opinions down below on this build. Is there anything that you would do to possibly change it or make it a little bit better? Now, let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correctly. Now, we should be able to get these 3 different comparisons. Damian Lillard, Mohamed Abdul Rauf, Fred VanVleet. And as y'all can see together, we have created the floor spacing point game changer coming out to this slasher build in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now I appreciate every single one of you. God bless all of y'all. And look, let's go ahead and reach 10,000 subscribers. I would appreciate it if every one of you went ahead and jumped on board to part of the family. So let's go ahead and take everything into account. If you buy your own boost, activate your takeover, wear gear that give you a minor bump towards your attributes, as well as play well throughout each game, you have the potential to get at least a +10 to 15 on this build. So look, I just want to say again, thank you to the man above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to you with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.